Hi, this is Jeff Miller, the headphone writer here at Crutchfield, and I'm here to talk about the Focal Clear MG wired over-ear open back headphones. So this is the newest headphone in Focal's line of high-end audiophile type headphones. It's an update to the very much beloved original Clear headphones. It's called the Clear MG because it has pure magnesium drivers, but I think the first thing that jumps out at me is while all of the Focal headphones are absolutely gorgeous, this is the best looking one of the bunch. They taken great lengths, took great strides early on to make sure they got the dimensions and the geometry right to have these headphones that are big enough that they can fit their drivers in, but also comfortable enough that the weight can be distributed and you can wear them and they feel nicely cushioned and everything. From a distance, you might think, oh, is that a closed back headphone? This is actually a very open back headphone. It's open air to where people around you are going to hear it. You're going to hear, but that gives it a real sense of space so that the high performance drivers can really do their thing and just give you a very smooth, textured, dynamic sound. And again, those are magnesium-based drivers. They use magnesium domes. It's got that fast attack Focal design where they've come up with that patented M-shaped design where they're rigid drivers that just move really fast like a piston. And again, it's those dynamics, those loud to soft moments, and really upfront type of sound that the Focal headphones are known for. And again, in this case, those M-shaped domes are made of pure magnesium. That's a very lightweight, very rigid material that can move quickly and deliver those Focal dynamics. And it also has great damping characteristics so that you won't get that reverb and colorization that often bleeds into the mids. These are large headphones for sure. They look big, but Focal has mastered the geometry to where when you put them on your head, the weight is so well distributed and they're so well cushioned that you can wear them for hours. I have worn them for hours. We had one customer who mentioned that the sound was so good that he didn't care if fire ants were attached to them, but luckily fire ants are not attached to them. These are very comfortable, non-fatiguing headphones. They avoid pressure points and they keep the headphones from drooping or squeezing too tight. And again, these are wired audiophile headphones. They're going to perform their best when connected to a headphone amplifier. Focal includes two cables. There's a balanced XLR cable and then a more traditional unbalanced cable with a 3.5 millimeter mini plug on the end and also a 1/4 inch adapter. In fact, I was fortunate enough to live with these for a while, and I mainly connected to the Name Unity Atom Headphone Edition amplifier. Name is a partner company with Focal, so they know what they need in terms of amplification and damping, and these two pieces of high-end audio gear worked really well together, just simpatico, gelled right from the start. Because I was so fortunate to be with them for a while, I wanted to point out I actually very early on wrote a review about the Focal Clear MGs and a lot of first impression stuff. The first time I used the first time. As I lived with these headphones and played with them more with the Name amplifier, they reward repeat listenings. The more you listen, the more details that get revealed. You never get tired of seeing this when you reach for your headphones. These beautiful ear cups and just the overall structure of it all. And then the more you wear them, they get even more comfortable. It's incredible. It's like when you break in your shoes, kind of thing. So when I first paired the two, it was very unfiltered sound, borderline analytical, but very technically proficient. But as I listened more and more, those nuances really revealed themselves. Just love the smoothness of the highs and the very distinct, prominent mid-range, and then the bass that had moments of deep punch and authority, but a lot of restraint and absolutely no bloat at all. Just a really great headphone pairing and worked well with a lot of different music. So in my original review, I wrote about how I listened to the Afrobeat drummer Tony Allen and had a playlist of his going and had every intention of just kind of listening to how did the percussion hit, how did this, but got so caught up in it and so in the zone, if you will, that really kind of forgot where I was. And the next thing I look up and I'm 21 tracks deep into the playlist. So later on, a few months later, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do this same experiment and Now that I'm aware of it, there's no way I'm going to get caught up in this moment again. Lightning can't strike twice, but sure enough, I put them on, put the same playlist on, and start doing my work. And then the overall experience is just so so pleasant, so engaging, so precise that I just forgot where I was. And once again, look up, and there I am, 11 tracks deep. And that's what we really want in our gear. I mean, you can look at measurements all day, but it's really about enjoying it and getting caught in the moment. So that's the Focal Clear MG wired open back headphones. If you have questions about these or any other headphones, please contact us here at Crutchfield. Thank you for watching.